I'm Ken Hom, and I want to show how you can make wonderful vegan food in my wok. What you need to start out with is really aromatic things like onion, which you can simply slice with your cleaver. Onion is very, very, very good. And the thing about vegetables is you have to give it flavor. In other words, how do you do that? By adding things like onions, because onions are just full of flavor. Garlic is really very, very nice as well. You can just crush the garlic like that, coarsely chop it. And in fact, you know, garlic is tastier if you don't chop it too fine. A little bit of texture of garlic is nice. And what will be nice? Courgette. They're available everywhere. People love them. So you just simply slice off the end. And you know, all these bits you can keep you can freeze them and keep it for soup. And again, when you're using a cleaver, give it a slice so you can press it down, which gives you more stability as you slice down. And this is why stir frying in the wok also adds flavor even to vegetables by cutting it into very small slices so they can cook faster as well. Okay. And all this preparation actually makes the cooking go faster. And as you can see, what I love about the cleaver, it just makes short work of anything. Something I'm going to add that you can find as well are bamboo shoots, which are lovely. My vegetarian friends love those because it has a very nice texture. Bamboo shoots are not only delicious for pandas, but for humans. They're really they're full of fiber, which is very, very good. And what we're going to use, there's so many sauces now that are available for vegetarians, for vegan use, that is very nice. Now I'm just cutting that in half. Just for fun, just a little bit of spring onions, why not? That will just add a little bit of zip to everything. Now, we want to heat our wok until it's quite hot. And when it's hot, you add a small amount of oil. You add the aromatics first. Things like onion and garlic. They need cooking, and that will not only flavor the wok, but it will flavor all the veggies. And when you're cooking things like courgettes, they go in first. Why? Because they have plenty of liquid. So that is sizzling away. When you're cooking in the wok, it's important to hear it as well. There's an expression. It's like the wok is talking to you by that sizzling, which tells you that it's hot enough and the aromas are coming out. As you can see, the lovely smoke. That smells so good. And remember, by the way, when you're using the sauces, be careful of the amount of salt that you put in, because a lot of the sauces are already quite powerful. They have a lot of taste as well. So salt and spices. Once The aromatics are slightly brown. You could just smell it. It's just so wonderful. This is where the cleaver is so helpful, to help you scoop everything up. And when you scoop, you go like this. You slant it down so it's away from your fingers. And it just helps you, keeps everything quite handy. And as you see, this kind of kitchen is very simple, basic. Just a cleaver and a wok. You can do anything. Okay, there we go. It's going away. And we want the courgettes to be coated. Now, you see how the aromatics have browned? Now, something you can add, which my vegetarian friends like, is this bit of rice wine, Shaoxing or dry sherry. That adds a little bit of zip to even a vegan dish. That keeps it nice and moist until the liquid can come out of the courgettes. I'm going to cover it and let it steam until the liquid comes out of the courgette. I want you to see if it's a little bit dry, you can always add a bit of this vegetarian stock to this to help it steam away. You don't want to add too much liquid because you don't want it to be a soup, like a stew. You want the veggies to cook and have a certain texture. And at the very end, because the bamboo shoots are already cooked, we'll add them at the very end to give that really nice texture. And you know, it's a challenge. I love cooking vegan dishes like this too, because my goal is to make it as tasty as dishes with meat. And you can do that, especially in the wok, because the wok just adds that kind of wonderful smoky grill flavor to veggies that it's very hard to get by just boiling it or even putting it in the oven. Okay, it's cooking away. As you can see, there's enough moisture here, so we don't have to worry about it. The great thing about the wok is how quickly everything cooks. And so it's perfect for today's sort of fast-paced life. You want something cooked, but you want something healthy as well. Something which is good for you, your family, your friends, and for yourself. And when you can make vegetables this tasty, it's worth it. And remember, the sauces go at the very end because you don't want the sauces to burn. And you want the veggies cooked before you add the sauces. I'm going to use this vegetarian mushroom stir-fry sauce, which is gluten-free and appropriate for vegans. And also, I'm adding this yellow bean sauce, which is made from fermented soya beans, and it is for vegans and quite delicious as well. We check. And again, how do you know when it's cooked enough? You just take a small knife like that. You see how easily that went in? That tells me that it's cooked enough. At this point, I will add our bamboo shoots. Give that a good mix. And then we will add our sauces. This mushroom sauce for vegans is quite delicious and rich. You know, mushrooms have such a wonderful umami flavor. And these yellow bean sauce, you know, things that are fermented add wonderful in-depth flavor to food. Just mix that together, make sure it's all mixed thoroughly. And again, it's also very important to taste. I love this part of cooking. Even if you're not a vegan, it doesn't matter. And that's the beauty of stir frying in the wok. Here we go. Just a simple, delicious dish of fresh veggies with bamboo shoots. To your good health. Thank you.